that rose scene, man. Like I was watching it, and I just had this moment where I was like, how many ways has Shah Rukh Khan showed me what love is?
Yeah.
I can't believe it. He's done it again.
Yeah.
I had this, he's done it again.
Yeah.
Because it's that thing, right? Like, it is, the grand gestures are there. The big moments are there. And of course, that's Shah Rukh. And there's that, you know, stopping the wedding. And there's like the train scene where he's, you know, waiting for Simran. There's all of that.
Yeah.
But then there's also just like him picking out a rose and being like, oh, that's too much.
Yeah.
I'm like, how many ways are you going to show me love?
Let's get into that straight away, man. I thought we would do this sometime later, but like
I've been holding back.
The idea of this movie takes on the idea of grand gestures versus, you know, the simple everyday things, right? Like Raj, in his, you know, sort of in his various ways, when he takes up this demeanor of Raj and like kind of behaves the way he does and all that, his ultimate act is pulling the grand gesture of, there's some Christopher Nolan shit there, man. Like where across the city, you know, this I love you pops up. And I was like, man, this even Nolan would think twice of before pulling something off like this. Like, but
I don't want to I don't want to get into the logic too much because like, look, we're watching Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi.
Yeah.
But like, how did Surinder Sani go around and like get a bunch of people to light up the light up the lights everywhere? Like, how did he get to do that? And then no one was like, hey, by the way, Tani, remember when Surinder did that? Like, no one had that conversation with her.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, what is the rest of the town doing while he's doing both?
That's it, right? Like, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, you know, man, whoa, this is some larger than life thing.
Yeah.
You know, where like this time especially, it hits you for how grand it is.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like, you know, all across, like, you know, when you listen to like kind of or when you buy into the pop culture of what Bollywood and cinema has been introducing us and all that, it talks about this idea of grand gestures, right? We talked about the rom-com monologue where we go up with that and all that.
Yeah.
Suri is not doing any of that. Like, as you rightly talked about, the first time when they are kind of moving into their house and all that, the first thing that Suri is telling her, you know, like, you be here, I'll go upstairs.
Yeah.
Right? The first act, like, you know, his first act towards her is like giving her space. Like, you know, do that. And then sort of like, then secondly, he's making her breakfast and like kind of moving. So he's always into this idea of small gestures, right? And that, you know, sort of is the point, like one of the larger points.
It's like what wins. This is how I see it, right? It's like in DDLJ, if Raj is one guy who's trying to crash this wedding, right? But what if Kuldeep was like a regular dude?
Yeah.
You know, we're thinking like Kuldeep is this dick and he's very unlikable, so it's easy to root for Raj.
Yeah.
What if Kuldeep was just a guy? He was just like, hey, I like this. I like taking my wife to movies.
Yeah.
You know, we have like those quiet moments at dinner.
Yeah.
It's fun. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I think that's what this movie is. It's like, what if Kuldeep was just a dude?
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like, it's what works for you. Like, I don't think so. There's like a case for one over the other always.
Yeah.
Like in terms of, like, when we're talking of winning, we are always talking about, oh, like, you get to materialize your relationship works out and all of that. But I think both have a place of their own. Like, you know, you just have to know the person so well in terms of knowing, like, you know, obviously, like in this movie, there is a case of, oh, what if she ran over with Raj? Like, what if Raj was another different person, which she fell in love with and like kind of moved away and ran away and all that? Would they still be like kind of having a good happily ever after? Or even in this movie, right? Like in terms of where they end and they go towards.
Do you think if she chose Raj at the final and just went, let's run away together?
Yeah. And or like even like the case is like spending a lifetime with someone is like filled with all sorts of complexities. There's a case for everything. There's a case for grand gestures. There's a case for like kind of simple everyday acts also. One does not has to come over the cost of other. Like, you know, I remember this idea of, so Alan de Botton, one of the famous philosophers of our time. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, but he talked of this idea, like, you know, which when I first watched it, I was like, oh, is this problematic? But he talked about this idea of, you know, in monogamous relationships, when the couple spends a lot of time together, right, you get to see each other doing a lot of unsexy tasks of being. Like, you know, you get to see your partner washing the dishes, like doing the laundry and like all these tasks, which are like, it can be like in a way called as a very heteronormative thing as well. But like, you know, you get to see that. And then, you know, that takes a hit on your intimacy a little bit. He says like what he says in that particular talk was like that you have to almost make an effort at times to kind of bring intimacy and like pep up, like, you know, create the vibe, create the room.
Yeah.
Which, you
so
know,
that's what it is like with Raj and Suri.
Yeah.
It's like Suri is very adamant that I won't change.
Yeah.
But I'm like, that is you also. Like, this is where I'm caught.
Yeah.
Like, I am not buying into this idea that he's being completely different as Raj. Okay, this is my thing. The more things that
do you think they after this marriage they have a role play as Raj?
Can you be Raj for tonight?
Can you be Raj
oh
for
God! But like, I had a fun. No, but like that's the thing. I don't think they're separate people.
Yeah.
And I think that the things that Tani likes about Raj, this is what Suri doesn't learn.
Yeah.
Right? Is the thing she likes about Raj is when he's sweet. Like she doesn't like Raj first. This is what Suri's forgetting.
Yeah.
She hates Raj.
Yeah.
The first time she likes Raj is when Raj is like, you know what? I shouldn't be your dance partner because I'm not good and you're great.
Yeah.
Which is a very Suri thing to do.
Yeah.
So she doesn't like Raj. She likes Suri only.
Yeah.
So I didn't.
Their love starts as a very good friendship. Like Raj and Tani partners.
Yeah.
Like she's always like, oh, we are going to be friends. Like, why is there like this thing in this country where everyone is looking at every man and women being like they can never be friends or they have to be a brother sister or like something or the other. Like
ladka aur ladki kabhi dost nahi ho sakta.
It's Shah Rukh Khan only. Like
Shah Rukh Khan. But that's what it is. This movie is the ghost of Shah Rukh's film past.
Yeah.
Like he is fighting each one of them. Like he's like, okay, Raj from DDLJ. Oh, I have to compete with this guy that's trying to run away with the bride. Right, which is DDLJ. Then I have to contend with the fact that someone has lost a person, like in Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Is there the idea of a second love? Because pyar sirf ek baar hota hai.
Yeah.
So again, challenging that idea. Right? Does pyar happen once? I think it happens multiple times.
Yeah.
Right? Then in Kal Ho Na Ho, there's the idea of 6 din ladki in.
Yeah.
Which is like immediately get the girl in 6 days.
Yeah.
In Rabna, he's like, no, hole.
Yeah.
This is it. The dabba every day in the afternoon. That's how I will get my love.
Yes. Yeah, man.